Hello, welcome to Summer Talk 019. Today I want to talk about a special guy. His name is called Jack Willink. Jack Willink. Have you heard of one of the famous military team called the SEALs? SEALs. S-E-A-L-S. SEALs. Yes, Jack Willink is one of the famous general in the SEALs team. I want to talk about three things about Jack Willink. The first, he believed the real freedom is self-discipline. The real freedom is self-discipline. The real war, if you ever been to, and facing a real enemy, is you have to be careful with every action, every decision you make, because one decision you make can kill your team member or save your team member. So he is very self-disciplined. Even after he retired, every morning he get up, he asks himself, what do I need to do today to overcome the enemy? Because he always believed the enemy is somewhere in the world and he has to fight, he has to win the enemy. So he always asks himself, what do I need to do today to win the enemies? That's the first thing. It's self-discipline. Then the second thing is, how do you manage your boss? In order to manage your boss, that's one of the essential leadership skills that you need to have in order to become a leader. Especially today, we all complain about how do we manage our boss, So he believes manage your boss is one of the essential management requirement skill you need to have. So every time when there is meeting in the military, most people will ask their boss for more resource, such like, oh boss, I need a new boots for our team, or another one said, oh, I need a new airplane for the mission. And some will ask for Wi-Fi for the next mission also. But when the boss asked Jack Willink, what do you need? He said, no sir, I'm fine. I don't need anything. So the reason why he said that is the boss will know in the future if Jack Willink going to ask him some resource, that means he really needs that resource. Otherwise, he will not ask the boss. And also, Jack Willink believed if you couldn't get the resource that you need before the meeting, it's not a good leader in the team also. But in order to let the boss know, unless you have to have it, you ask me, otherwise you can solve it yourself. That's the second thing, manage your boss. Then the third thing, it's about being humble. Being humble. In SEALs team, there always have a very, very hard training, impossible training. Some of the training is on purpose to do that. Like example, they were trained over hundreds of hours non-stop, no break in the hundreds of hours. That's impossible for human body. But the purpose to do that is everybody is in crash edge or even crashing after the exercise training. The purpose of doing that is to see your reaction after you crash. What's your reaction after crash? Some people get mad, some people just quit, some people have bad attitudes. Those people will be out. As we all know, the SEALs team is really hard to get in, and it's really hard to keep in the team. And each team member in the SEALs team, they call that $500,000 team member, because the turnover rate is very, very high, and the team member got kicked out. It's very, very high also too. So in order to know what's your reaction after you crash, so they do this impossible mission. Some people have a bad negative attitude, and some people it's keep humbled, keep open mind. For example, some member will say, oh, we failed this mission. Why? Why did we failed? What did we didn't do it right? Let's go over again to make it right this time. So keep mind open to be thankful, to be grateful, and being humbled. It's the mission of this test. So we talk about three things. One is to yourself is self-discipline. The real freedom is self-discipline. Then the second thing we talk about is to the boss, which is how do you manage your boss? It's one of the essential leadership you should have. Then third point, it's about how do you manage your inner side of yourself, being humbled, open mind, and also grateful. Thank you for coming, Summer Talk 019. Bye bye.